Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're opening up a deeply unsettling case file. We're working directly from the personal diary of a man named Aarav, and we're going to break down the timeline, the evidence, and this massive, terrifying conspiracy he stumbled right into. Let's dive in and see how a single photograph unraveled into a full-blown global mystery. If you're hearing this, then Maya's already gone. Yeah, that is exactly how Aarav's diary entry begins. It's a super heavy, desperate opening, right? Right off the bat, the stakes are set. We're not looking at some theoretical puzzle here. This is a real-time record of an active, unfolding tragedy. Aarav is basically telling us up front, I've already lost someone essential to me, and he's documenting all this to explain exactly how it happened. Now, what's actually really interesting is how Aarav frames his own worldview before he even gets into the evidence. You see, he's a strict rationalist. He explicitly states that he absolutely does not believe in ghosts or demons. He only believes in monsters. And to him, every monster he has ever met was human. As investigators, this tells us something absolutely crucial. The terror we're about to uncover, it's entirely human-made. There's no supernatural excuse to hide behind here. This threat is real, it's calculated, and it is horrifyingly mortal. Section 1. The investigation begins. A trail of paranoia. So Aarav lays out this incredibly rapid, terrifying escalation. Let's walk through it. On day 1, they receive a photograph of Maya sleeping in her own room. Aarav immediately realizes someone is watching them, and not just her, but both of them. Then, by day 2, Maya shows him an anonymous message. Aarav notes in his diary that her hands were physically shaking, even though she was really trying to hide it and play strong. By day 3, the fear gets so intense that, for the first time in years, Aarav actually begs Maya to stop her investigation, but she refuses. And honestly, that brings us right to day 4, the evening Inspector Kabir shows up at Aarav's apartment. Now, Inspector Kabir's visit completely changes the complexion of this case. He doesn't just ask about Maya. No, he starts listing off these cold cases. A missing teacher, boys vanishing from a local orphanage, 3 other people who disappeared years ago. Aarav specifically notes that Kabir's eyes literally never left his. So the key takeaway here is this. Inspector Kabir already suspected the connections between all these events. He just couldn't prove it yet, and he was looking for Aarav to be that missing link. Right before leaving, Kabir drops a term that makes Aarav's blood run completely cold. Project Hollow. Now, the moment Aarav heard those words, he knew exactly what they meant. Why? Because he had seen those exact words before. They were written inside that missing teacher's locker, right next to this very specific, incredibly strange symbol. This is the exact moment where the official police investigation collides with the chilling physical evidence Aarav had been secretly holding on to. Section 2. A global pattern. Beyond local borders. Later, that very same night, Maya calls Aarav, and she is absolutely terrified. She had just discovered that this wasn't some localized issue. That weird symbol? It wasn't isolated at all. Looking through the data she managed to gather, she tracked its appearance to India, Russia, Japan, Brazil, all over the world. And every single location connected to the symbol shared one horrifying common link: missing people. And we're not talking about just a few isolated cases here. We're talking thousands. Thousands of them. I really want you to grasp the sheer scale of this for a second. Thousands of people, scattered across multiple continents, just vanishing without a single trace. And they're all tied together by one strange symbol and the name Project Hollow. The level of coordination required to pull something like this off is just staggering. Section 3. Maya's disappearance. The call disconnects. After the call suddenly drops, Aarav tries to call her back immediately. The phone rings. But there's no answer. He tries again. Still, no answer. You can just imagine the panic setting in. He frantically dials one more time, and there is just nothing. Just a dead, haunting silence on the other end of the line. It's the exact kind of silence that tells you everything you need to know long before you even see the evidence. Aarav drives like a madman over to her apartment. He gets there, and the front door is just sitting wide open. Inside, everything actually looks perfectly normal. Well, except for one glaring, terrifying detail. Painted on the living room wall in stark black, right underneath that exact same mysterious symbol, are 3 words: "We found her." Aarav's heart completely stops. Maya is gone. You know, the state of the crime scene is what makes this abduction so deeply unsettling. The front door was left open, sure, but inside, everything was completely undisturbed. There were zero signs of a struggle, no blood, no clues left behind whatsoever, just complete and utter silence. It was basically a surgical extraction. Whoever took Maya, they knew exactly what they were doing, leaving absolutely nothing for the authorities to trace. Section 4, the real target, flipping the narrative. Fast forward through 3 agonizing days. Aarav, Inspector Kabir, and the local police are searching everywhere, but they turn up absolutely nothing. But then Aarav finds something the police totally missed, a hidden video file buried deep inside Maya's laptop. When he opens it, the recording shows Maya standing in front of an old shrine deep inside a Japanese forest. And right there, behind her, clear as day, is the symbol. She looks exhausted. She looks terrified, honestly, like she hasn't slept in days. In the video, she looks directly into the lens and speaks straight to Aarav. She tells him that the people behind all of this, they know about them. And then she reveals their true name. They call themselves the Hollow Circle. But right as she says this, the screen just begins to glitch out and the audio violently distorts. It's at this exact moment of digital distortion that we really have to ask the ultimate question here. With thousands missing globally and with Maya being abducted so cleanly, who is the Hollow Circle really hunting? I mean, why leave the apartment pristine? Why go out of their way to paint a message on the wall? Maya's final words in the video answer that question, and man, they are utterly devastating. She says, "They aren't looking for me. They're looking for you." And in that sickening moment, Aarav finally realizes the truth. Maya's entire investigation, her sudden abduction, the very specific clues left behind in her apartment, it was all a trap. The entire mystery was meticulously designed just to pull him in. Aarav replays that glitching video maybe 20 times. And then he spots it. For just a single frame during the distortion, there's a figure standing in the shadows right behind Maya, just watching her. And the craziest part? The figure is smiling. Aarav recognizes it instantly. It's the exact same smile from the photograph of Maya sleeping all the way back on day 1. The same smile from his darkest nightmares. You see, this was never a missing person case. It was a hunt, and Aarav is the prey. Otto's diary ends right there with this horrifying realization. A massive global syndicate, fully capable of erasing thousands of people without leaving a single trace behind, has been watching his every move, just baiting him into their snare. Which leaves us with one final, deeply unsettling thought to take away from this explainer today. If the Hollow Circle is everywhere, if they're operating completely without borders, watching people through their own windows and screens, who else are they watching right now?